Hello, so this is on financial wellness touchstones during a recession. Many economies around the world have taken a turn for the worse due to the effects of COVID-19. The United States, Brazil, China, and many other countries are facing economic hardships and may enter a recession in the near future. During such hard economy times, financial wellness becomes more important than ever. But the keys to financial wellness are different when a recession is just starting compared to when the economy starts to recover. To better understand these differences, we look back at past recessions. Um, to start with, we talk about the Great Depression. When looking at past recessions, probably none is more famous or infamous than the Great Depression. The Great Depression was a global economic catastrophe and affected almost every country. Latin America saw a collapse in demand for its exports, deflation, extremely high employment, and many countries defaulting on their debt. Asia also saw a major drop in demand for important export products like agricultural products, leading to widespread hardships and defaults on debt. During this time, liquidity was most important factor in maintaining financial health. In other words, having enough cash either in savings or through a good or reliable income. If you had cash on hand, you were able to continue making payments and did not face default, eviction, and or bankruptcy. In fact, if you had a sufficient amounts of cash, you actually got to benefit from widespread price drops. Then you have the Great Recession. Also infamous and much more recent is the Great Recession, another global economic shock. Financial wellness during this time depending on a few different factors. Similar to the Great Depression, liquidity was extremely important for financial health. Many people who did not have liquidity in savings or who did not have a good income that brought in cash found themselves in trouble. Another key to financial health was a lack of leverage. In other words, it was important that you had not taken on more debt than you could handle. In the years leading to the recession, too many people took on large amounts of debt, and too many banks were willing to lend them too much money. Nowhere was this more obvious than the American housing market, where subprime loans lent hundreds of thousands of dollars to people who sometimes only made a fraction of that figure. Even countries were borrowing too much, with Iceland defaulting on billions of dollars in debt. However, if you manage to avoid over-leveraging because before the crisis, you avoid the sudden panic of not being able to make your payments. And in hard economic times, so having less debt was a key factor for people's financial wellness during tough times. So then we talk about today's economic crisis. So what lessons can be learned from past recessions to help our financial health over the next few months? First, we want to start with cash is still king. Despite physical cash being out of favor due to the fears of spreading the virus, cash in the bank is highly favorable. During any kind of economic hardship, having cash in the bank is probably the best way to protect your finances. Cash allows you to pay your bills, buy what you need, and cover any emergencies which might come up. Right now, when a recession due to COVID-19 seems to be on the horizon, you may want to build up cash to help you get through the next few months. You can build up cash by maintaining your existing savings or by saving as much as you can from your income. It's important to note that right now many people are temporarily losing their income in non-essential industries. So if this applies to you, it might be a good idea for you to look into getting a job with companies that are booming during the COVID-19 pandemic. For example, many grocery stores and delivery services are looking to hire workers to keep up with the demand. Second, try to lower your payments. Not having too much debt is always good financial advice, though it's especially relevant during a recession. Having fewer and lower payments can help you get through a time when you might temporarily lose your income because of a recession. For many people, lowering their debt is very hard, and during a recession, it can be unreasonable for people to try and pay their debt off. But during times of extraordinary financial hardship, there may be options for you to lower your defer payments. As the crisis continues, more and more options may become available. If you're having trouble making your payments, you may want to apply multiple relief programs or call your lenders to see if they have programs available to you. So looking into the future, no matter how bad this economy crisis may seem, it will pass eventually. While no one can say for sure what economic recovery will look like after this pandemic, there's many reasons to be optimistic that people will be able to return to their jobs and industries and get the economy started again. Remember, it was only been a few years since the Great Recession, but the global economy has fully recovered and even surpassed its previous records. And particularly economies in regions like Asia now have the larger GDPs and more robust economies than ever. And after this too passes, what is most important for your financial wellness will also change. You will have greater flexibility to increase your income, save money, pay debts, and start building a strong financial future for yourself. Um, I'm still kind of doing that for myself. I'm learning as much as I can right now because I have the time to learn. That's actually why I do these videos. Still, is it helps me more than anybody. But thanks for watching.